Come on. Dude, what the fuck? Go. We might be live because I got the.
We are live. It looks like.
I don't
and
see
the thing is still spinning on my side.
It doesn't say live on my end, but I don't know.
It doesn't say live on my end.
No, it wasn't.
Told me to do it again.
We can check the YouTube channel. Be funny if everybody can just hear this.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Audio only podcast this week, guys.
Anybody want to say something and get canceled?
No.
If there's no video,
we can do a good impression of Skype.
We are 100% live. We are 100% live.
Yeah,
it's on your Facebook page.
Yeah, I can see the video here.
You want to play the video?
Fine.
Brown 45! Brown 45! Hot, 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 hot!
7 hours of commercial-free football start now.
It still doesn't say live.
We may be live. We may not be live. I'm not 100% what's happening, but welcome to the show. Back for another week. 15. We've done 15 episodes together, guys. Well, 3 of us have. 3 of us have been consistent and haven't missed. Scully and company sucks. Let's just be real. Rosario, gang mentality at its finest. DK, Fred Warner saying to DK, "Oh, I was just saying you tackle really well," after he punches him in the back of the skull. Interesting how that works. You guys are just awful, but how does it feel to be number 1?
I'm more confident now that the Eagles fucking shit the bed. So I can confidently feel we're number 1, baby. And I think we're going to stay that way. I think it's going to be a good year.
Yeah, the Cowboys stats versus grass to turf is mind-blowing. So let's hope they get home field advantage if they ever want to win, because grass is not their friend, but they look like demons on home field. Mark, we made you wear a sexy tank top to get more views, to show off the chest hair and arms, so hopefully that works. How are you doing tonight?
Not great. Much like, I guess a lot of people, Tommy DeVito ruined my Monday. I mean, I'm pretty convinced that the Giants just have mob ties. And, they just have the mob just fixing games for them. And the mob's only condition was, hey, just start one of our guys at quarterback. Like, he's a good kid. His mom makes really good chicken parm. You're going to love him. Trust me. Like, he's going to be the best. I mean, we saw his agent, right?
Yeah, with his Party City costume that said gangster on it before he put it on. But honestly, if you look up pictures of him, that's how he dresses normally. So this is before Tommy DeVito, so that's just sad. And Coho, I believe I said the pumpkin, the carrot is going to turn back into a pumpkin at some point. You told me I was wrong. After 10 for 23 for 63 yards passing, they said, "Hey, Josh Dobbs, you're going to go back to your position of backup." 3-0. Not a playoff team.
Yes, a playoff team. We're going to make the playoffs. Win's a win. Win's a win. I'll take the dub. We could have easily lost 3-0. We won 3-0 against the Raiders team. And listen, Dobbs did not play good, and I'm a little disappointed. But hey,
Your whole
Nick
team.
Mullen, it's Nick Mullen season, baby. He's gonna take us all the way. Nick Mullins, baby, let's go.
So on the show, shut up. On the show, you talked more than any of the action in the entire Minnesota Vikings game. So tonight's show, we will talk about some of the headlines from this past week. We will do the power rankings. Coho. We will also, us four, will do the playoff machine simulator to get to where the seeding will match up. Nothing can possibly go wrong with a Vikings fan and a 49ers fan here at all. Me and Mark will try to do the level heads. Just want this on the record. Nazario's debt will be paid. I will pay it for him next season.
Yeah.
I'm exceeding the bet. They have no defense. The stream is now live, which is wild. Hope you missed any of that. The debt will be paid for fantasy football for him next year. The Lions' defense is absolutely atrocious. It's the one thing I couldn't count for. Yeah, so we don't need to talk about that anymore. That's off the record.
I told you the Lions were going to lie.
You also told me that the Vikings were going to make the playoffs and win a playoff game, and now you're starting Nick Mullins.
Make the playoffs.
You know. He also said that the Vikings will sweep the Lions. What we didn't expect, what is this going to be 3-0 and 5-0, but it may happen.
May. I think the one thing we'll start with, I think it's the biggest one. I said this a couple weeks ago. I think you all remember it. I said that Mahomes is entering a category of Brady, that he whines and he complains and he gets people to not like him as much.
You did call
this is going to be a hot take. I give Mahomes and Reed a pass. The only reason I'm giving them a pass is because they can't yell at their wide receivers like that. That anger was towards the wide receivers. It wasn't towards that ref. The one thing I do have into question, Dan Orlovsky did this. He went back to that game and watched every play. Tony lined up offsides 5 times during that game. They only called it at the end of the game, and 2 of them were way more egregious than the one at the end. So if you're going to be consistent, throw the flag every time. Everybody remember the very beginning, the Lions versus Chiefs opening night, and that offensive tackle kept jumping back, and everybody's like, how is this not false starts? Like, he did it all night long and no one had any problem with it. The next week and every week forward, the flags have just been flying. I think, honestly, as somebody who plays football, I don't understand how you line up in front of the ball. That is just a mind-blowing statement on a football field. I've never seen anybody besides the center be anywhere close to the ball. So he's an idiot. I'm not giving Tony a pass. But the one thing I do not give Mahomes credit for, Mahomes cannot walk across the field, go to Allen, and complain about the call to Allen when last year in the playoffs, Mahomes gets hit out of bounds against the Bengals, and the flag flies. They move 15 yards, kick the field goal, and in the Super Bowl, everybody said that hold at the very end, if it was a ticky-tack hold, they should have never called the hold, and they called it, and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. So it's so weird for the team that won a Super Bowl based on refs to complain about refs. It's a bad look. We said this is a big talking point for all of us last week. We said even if the Bills won, the Chiefs are going to be fine. The Chiefs are going to be fine in the division to go into the playoffs. Are they going to win a Super Bowl? I do not think that's on the table anymore. I do not think they're the Super Bowl favorites, especially when they have 800 yards receiving from Kelsey, 600 from Rice.
Everyone else,
everybody else is in the 3s to 2s to 100. That's just not a Super Bowl team. You just can't be there. But what's your guys' take on that game? Like, overall, like, I think we wrote off the Bills maybe a little too early. I know their schedule is hard coming up.
I didn't.
I think you didn't. You didn't. I will give you credit. You did not. I think the rest of us said it's pretty much done. I've been tooting this home for a while on this show. Miami is a fucking fraud, and they proved it 100%. And I think there's a chance that the Bills catch them and take the division at this point in time. So a bunch of things to unpack there, but overall thoughts. I'll go to you, Mark, first. Overall thoughts on the game and like your takes leaving that game.
I mean, listen, I blew up last time on the Chiefs wide receiver, and they're still shitty. And of course, Tony's the reason they lost. And of course, Kadarius Tony's the reason they lost. He has like just the worst offside. I know what at least what you're talking about, Cody. I mean, although you gotta take at least about like at playing football and like just can't imagine being that offside. We were both of us. We were both linemen, so like it was really easy. We're right in front of the fucking ball. Yeah,
but imagine us lining up on the same line as the center.
I mean, I can't. If I was a wide receiver, I can't imagine like looking behind me. It's like, oh, there's the ball. Like that's what Tony was doing. Like it's like looking a little bit behind him. Oh, I guess the ball's right there. Guess I'm good. But I mean, I don't know. Like it's kind of like honestly, this Chiefs team kind of reminds me of like the Chiefs. Like whenever they had Alex Smith as their quarterback. And they were always pretty good, and they were usually a shoe-in to win the division, but they're probably going to be a first-round exit. Like you have no confidence in them. You don't feel like they're going anywhere. Like I mean, I guess Mahomes could always like just Superman it up, but it feels like he's been doing that this entire season. But it doesn't matter because nobody can catch a fucking ball. Like everybody just kind of looks like the offense just looks lost. Like, I don't know. In Buffalo, I mean, yeah, like they're not dead, but like they still need some things to go their way. Like they still like they still shot themselves in the foot way too many times before.
Is there kind of a weird scenario that the Chiefs could still walk away with the 1 seed?
No.
No. No. Listen, I know you say that. I know everybody's like, no. But looking at the upcoming schedule of the Chiefs and every other team, the Ravens play a hard schedule coming up. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. When we do the predictor, you will see how likely it could possibly work out. I'm not saying it will, but I'm saying there's a shot with them having to still play the Cowboys, with them still having to play Miami, with them still having to play the 49ers. That's 3 hard games. If you're not on your A game, those teams drop, and who else will be left to stand in their way? Because we all know Miami won't. So that's all I'm saying. But Nazario, your take on overall game and thoughts on exiting the game?
I think Mahomes is going to pull a Mike Tomlin and drag that team at least until the second round, just out of sheer fucking will. For them to be out on wildcard weekend, they would have to play like somebody that it's completely unexpected. Like they would need to, I don't know, maybe a division rival, which I don't think anybody else.
If they play the Broncos, if they could play the Broncos,
the Broncos,
the Broncos could be the team to upset them.
That's the thing. Like those division rivals, even the shitty ones, they always know how to fucking make it a good game. So yeah, if the Broncos make it in the first place, and then they meet the Chiefs in the first round, that could be trouble. But other than that, I think they'll kind of get a pass, and then they'll be out on divisional weekend. And to be honest, like I don't know what they were thinking. Like they have been bleeding receivers for years. Nobody is attending that need. Like go get someone, goddammit. Like somebody who actually can catch the ball. Everybody knows he's going to Kelsey. It's ridiculous. Like they put 3 people on that man and they leave fucking Tony by himself because he will never catch the ball. So if that's the thing they think they need to win, they probably don't know what the fuck they're doing, which is weird for a 2-time champion, but it is.
Do I ever believe that Mahomes isn't fully 100%? Because like he's not even scrambling. He used to like do those weird like runarounds and like hop 2 and like go into the end zone. He has 2 rushing touchdowns. They suck in the red zone. Like, can he not, or they just? I just don't believe there's a way to. Remember that Super Bowl against the Bucs? He ran more than he did anything, and he got away from everything, but he never was able to make it. He's not doing any of that this season. He's staying in the pocket. That end of the play, like how he handled it, it's basically after Kelsey completed that amazing backwards pass and they called it back, which I saw the flag instantly, and I saw Tony line up, and I was like, oh, that's offsides. Like, they're going to call offensive offsides. And they threw the flag instantly. I was like, okay, that's it. And then that cool play happens. I was like, it doesn't matter. Like, none of this matters. And then Mahomes just, like, put his tail between his legs, and it was like, meh. You pissed me off. You made me mad. Like, go on and win the game. Like, you still had a shot. Like, you're not out of it. Like, it was wild to me. It's just a baby-ass play. Like, again, this is the one – and I did look. So last year – this is the first year. They are the first team in penalties against, like, against their favor. And they are the 31st in penalties for their opponents. It's the first time in his entire career that the referees have fully flipped. So I understand why they're griping more than normal, because it's, hey, normally, hey, you're able to help me out in this, you know? You're supposed to help a friend out. Coho, what's your thoughts after that game? Because you also was one of the big naysayers that the Bills are dead in the, like, they are completely gone. So I'm curious how you think that.
I still don't have a lot of confidence. Like, I think the Bills played good. I think the Chiefs more so lost that game than the Bills won it. And I think that's because, like, when you watch the Chiefs play, like you said, they're not the fun team that does insane drive extending plays anymore. Mahomes is not playing risky anymore. He's, like, safe in the pocket. And that's the reason the Chiefs have been so good, is that Mahomes is willing to do insane things to win games with his body, with his athleticism. And I think that the issue I still have with the Bills is Josh Allen just throws too many turnovers. They still can't keep the ball too safe. I think the defense is still letting up too many touchdowns against teams. So I can't confidently say the Bills are a playoff team. We're back in it, in how tough the AFC is. But I will say I will walk back writing them off. Like, I think there's a path for the Bills to make the playoffs. I just don't necessarily think they'll be able to pull it off.
I mean, that's the thing. The AFC, though, I will disagree a little bit. The AFC is kind of up for grabs. Like, there's
it was tough until all those injuries happened. Like, it's because remember when we were sitting here a couple weeks ago and we said the AFC is like murderer's row. Everybody's in there. You got to worry about Allen. You got to worry about Burrow. You got to worry about Lamar. Even Russell Wilson and the Broncos. Now all these teams, and now everything seems to be falling into place on that. And the NFC is the one thing that keeps, like, I still think it's the Niners above all. Like, I don't think anyone's close to the Niners. If they're able to play their brand of football and they get home field advantage, you're going to see them in Las Vegas. Like, I have no doubt about that. But it seems like the AFC has now tightened where it's like, we could be entering the final weeks of the season with no one knowing. You remember every year how the NFL kind of wraps out where it's like, oh, they've already clinched home field advantage. Week 18, everybody's resting for the playoffs. No one's going to be playing. This might be the year the AFC has to put people on the field because they might still have the one seed in the shot. Okay. I believe the NFL needs to do away with division winners. Listen, there is no shot in hell that the Cowboys are going to, or whoever is going to get the 5th seed and play that awful teams. Any of them. You could take every team in that team, put all the best players on one team, and they're still going to lose. It's just, I'm so sick of this divisional because I see they're 6 and 7, 4 seed, and all these teams that are 10 and 3 and 10 and 2, like, go out. Like, I think they need to go overall win base. I just think you do. Like, I understand the division thing works for its sake, but get over it. Like, the South does not belong and they should be like, you're not allowed to play with us. Or if you don't have a winning record, you should not be allowed in. That's my personal belief. If they go 9-8, sure, let them in. But all these teams have a potential to go 8-9 and not make it at all.
I'll
So
say
that's
this.
my thought.
I
That's
still
my
think it has to mean something to win your division. So yes, because it means that you are the best out of the 4 people that they group you and make you play twice a year with. What I would say, I do agree. I do agree that even if you get a guaranteed spot for the division, it should not be a seed between 1 and 4, because it's ridiculous that the whatever winner of the South is going to be ahead of either the Cowboys or the Eagles. Because
and host them.
yeah, and host. That's my point. Like, yeah, fine. I'll give you a playoff spot. You're fucking down there at 7, and you have to go somewhere to play. I'm okay with that. I'm definitely not okay with having like a negative record team hosting somebody else. Although weird shit happens, because that one time when the Seahawks won the fucking NFC West with a 7-9 record, and they made the Saints with Drew Brees go to Seattle. Yeah, they made an earthquake happen and fucking knocked them off the playoff. So
yeah, that was a minor rant. That's not actually one of the things. I think double Monday nights at the same time needs to be a thing. Like, I think that's also one of the things that I learned. One, I just don't understand. Did anybody else have this problem? I don't know what everybody else uses to watch. So I have YouTube TV, so I can do multi-view. So I have both games on. How the hell is one game in a small box on the other TV, on the other game, faster than the one on the normal speed that I'm watching normal? I watched Tommy DeVito throw a touchdown pass in a box this small, and then in the actual game I'm watching, throw it 15 seconds later to the guy. I'm like, you can't, you don't, we're watching both. We're watching both. You do not need to show me the other game. It makes no sense.
I thought
what happens?
I was getting very irritated by jumping between one, and all of a sudden the other game pops up. And I'm like, leave me alone. Let me stay in my multi-view. I don't need all of these games double feeding input. This is stupid.
What I like to do sometimes is watch live reactions. Like I get some podcasts, usually from somebody who is a fan of the teams playing, and I start putting that. And what I have been getting on I have to use the zone. The zone, by the way, when I got that shit, I thought it was called DAZN because it's DAZN.
What are you talking about?
Where I watch the NFL, I used to have something called NFL Game Pass, which was basically international NFL ticket. They sold the rights of that shit to a company called DAZN, DAZN, and they say it's called The Zone. Okay, that app sucks. So my point is, sometimes I put the YouTubers reacting to the games I'm watching, and the guys are yelling like "fucking touchdown!" And when I'm watching, the guy haven't even lined up. I'm like, what is this? So I have to start pausing the live feed on the YouTube for like 35 seconds, 40 seconds, and then play it to fucking make it line up. And
common practice, just pause the live, anybody reacting to it, pause it for 30 and play it whenever. So you're never in sync with them. That's terrible.
The one thing I did for this Monday night, though, was watch the Mannings. And it was pretty cool because it was kind of like a red zone thing because they kept jumping back and forth. So they basically went to the game that had the more action at the moment. And I like Eli and Peyton, so that's fine.
They're fun to watch. A Manning cast is God's gift to ESPN.
Oh, I don't listen to either one, really. I don't really care what anybody's saying, to be honest with you. I've learned after doing Red Zone, I just bounce. Like, I don't need to hear an announcer. But yeah, as me watching Saquon Barkley and Achane going back and forth for fantasy-wise and losing by a point, I wanted to put a gun in my, end it. Thank you, Saquon. Thank you, Tommy DeVito and the Packers. You douchebags. You cost me more than anything. Miami. 1 minute 50 seconds. 3 timeouts. Prevent defense? You're going to prevent yourself from winning. Like, that's literally the style. Like, if you go to prevent defense in the Hail Mary, in the final play, in the last, Hopkins caught that ball and ran diagonally 40 yards or something. I was like, wait a minute. You're telling me you're not holding 30 people to DeAndre Hopkins' hip and letting no one do it? Like, they had that game 13-13. I was like, oh, wow, they're going to lose this game. Like, the Dolphins are going to lose. Like, this is too close. They're not blowing him out. Tyreek Hill is running, but he has a bad ankle. But he can't go out there, but he can go out there, but he's going to come back in for a play, but he can't stay out there for two. I was so confused with what they were doing with Hill. It didn't make any sense. And then they fumble a punt return at the end.
Yes, Basin. God
What the
damn
fuck
it.
have you been?
They fumble a punt return, so they score. Then Will Levis throws the ball backwards. They get it again and they score. They score twice. I was like, oh, well, this game's gonna be a wrap. It's over.
Dude.
Will Levis says, "Hold my beer," and just goes down and fucking just beats the shit out of him. One, somebody needs to tell that boy also, when a defensive lineman, center defensive line, like a D tackle, is running with the ball, you don't lower your shoulder into the end zone to try to prevent him. That man weighs more than you. You're going to bend and break, and he almost did. But the Lions suck. I mean, the Lions do suck. The Dolphins suck. Like, they are not going to beat anybody.
What the hell's wrong with this man? Okay.
He's probably drunk.
There were 3 minutes left, Cody. The Dolphins were up by 14 points. 14 points. I saw this
against the Tennessee Titans that let everybody score on them. They're the easiest team in the league. They open up their legs and just say, "Come on, anybody can score here," and they just the Dolphins can't score.
Dude, I'm
putting him on the screen.
They had 14 points. They put a stat below the game. I think it was at the end. Like, teams that have been up by 14 with 3 minutes to go have won 786 games. Lost.
Yeah, 786 to nothing in the history of the NFL.
One of the worst stats I've ever seen. And I was like, well, Titans by 1,000. You don't put that on the board.
No.
I can't believe
just
that.
Just tease which way the script's going. Let's see.
The Dolphins, man. Like, I'm going to write this in stone. As much as I know that the Lions are going to lion and the Cowboys won't win playoffs games, the Dolphins can't play in December. That's it. Like, starting right now, I thought it was kind of a thing before, but now it's official. They will not win another game in December. I fucking tell you. If they manage to beat the Bills on January on that last weekend, maybe they'll make the playoffs. I don't know. But they're fucking
they'll make up. They have too many wins right now to not lie. I don't think they'll lose out. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. But you have that much talent on your team. And just not to make it, it's just. And again, I've said this from day one. Them having to go on the road anywhere in the cold. Listen, Mike McDaniel that shtick is worn out. I'm done with it. Oh, let me say something weird at the podium. Let me look all cool. Let me say this weird fucking thing. Teach defense. Stop fucking talking to me and go teach your team how to play fucking defense. Because your team is ass in defense. Like, they just can't prevent teams.
He was an offensive coordinator, to be fair. He doesn't know.
Well, that's fair, but at the end, isn't Vic Fangio isn't he the defensive coordinator?
Is it fucking Fangio? Really? I want to look for this.
I thought it was Fangio. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But it seems like if Tua doesn't have Tyreek to just streak down the hill and just launch the ball, they ain't got any offense.
Holy shit. It is Fangio. There's no excuse for a defense this bad.
And then Jalen Ramsey.
What he's doing.
And Xavier Howard. They have a unit. They have a team. It doesn't make any sense. Dolphins fake. You guys, or is somebody going to continue to defend this team? Please do.
I mean,
I
They're
won't.
going
I
to
want
win.
their
They're going to win
fucking-
their division.
they're
I think the
fucking dead.
Dolphins are going to win the division.
you had them,
they'll
you
win
had
the
them at
division, but they're
number
dead.
one for like a month.
They're going to win. They're going to make it, host a playoff game, and depending on who's coming to Miami, they'll make it to the divisional round. But I don't see them going much further than the divisional round.
They will not win the division. The Bills are going to win that division because the Bills will beat the Cowboys this week.
That's
And
fine.
after that, they have nothing else to do except beat Miami in January.
In Miami, though.
Miami will probably lose out the rest of the season, and if they make it, it will be as a wild card. But the division belongs to the Bills.
I'm just checking.
Okay.
So, I'm like, hold on. Like, yeah, they got like a 2-game lead on them. What are you talking about? Sorry.
Yeah, they have a 2-game lead, and here's
If they're tied, if
Dolphins
they are tied,
The Bills
and the
beat them
Dolphins
twice.
and the Bills beat them twice, it's theirs.
Sure, but here's the thing. I think the Dolphins are beating the Bills when they meet up in January in Miami.
You think the Dolphins are going to lose because they're going to lose? They're going to lose to the Ravens. They're going to lose to the Cowboys. I don't remember who the other one is, but they're going to lose.
They're
that
going to
too.
beat the Jets. They're not
No,
They'll
losing
beat the
to
Jets. They'll beat
They'll beat the Jets.
They won't beat the Jets.
They'll beat the
So
Jets.
that means they go 10-7.
Even if they
lose to
make
the Bills.
it, even if they make it, let's say they beat the Jets and they are still 1 game ahead of the Bills when they play in January, they're not beating the Bills. I had this fucking argument the first time they played, and everybody was like, they fucking scored 70 points! They will destroy the Bills! They got their asses handed to them, and they will get their asses handed to them again. So
If the Bills beat the Cowboys, they got a shot. But like, I don't think the Bills are gonna win out. They're gonna
I think the
win.
Bills
They're
are
gonna
winning
lose at least
one
one of these
more
games,
game.
probably 2 of them.
The Bills are probably only winning 1 more game. Or 2 more
the
games.
Bills are winning out.
They'll win 2 more.
Well,
games.
it's interesting.
Justin Herbert's gone. Chargers
Oh,
don't have a
yeah,
team
2 more
anymore.
games.
So.
It's interesting that we all talk about this because the thing I just shared, we're going to start. We are going to predict the rest of the season. Yes, there will be some games that we're going to talk about and everything, but our picks will still matter at the end. This is a group effort. We're all having to work together. Basically, we have to come to a consensus. So, figure it out. Share it on
Majority
the screen,
wins. I'll respect that. Like 3 votes against 1, fine. If we split, then we fucking fight.
Nazario's like, if it's split, we fight. I come up from Panama, I punch you in the dick. That's how this goes.
So, we'll go every game. This will match out every week. We'll figure out where the seeding will reside, and we'll see where it goes. We're not going to spend a long time discussing unless we disagree. Okay.
Okay.
So, I believe this is very easy. So the Thursday night game will be the Chargers at Raiders. I believe the Raiders win this. I don't think it matters, but I think the Raiders win.
Chargers.
They don't have Herbert.
Oh shit, Raiders.
Yeah.
Mark, you're muted, so I don't know if you would like to.
Yeah, Raiders. Come on.
Bengals at Cincinnati. I say Bengals.
Fucking Jake Browning, man. Like, we may have counted out the Bengals too soon. Bengals.
True. Coho.
Bengals.
Okay.
We're dropping Bengals.
Mark, do you agree?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Colts or Steelers?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Colts.
I'm going Colts.
Steelers. Steelers.
Steelers are really fake. Like they just lost to the fucking Patriots. Yeah, give me the Colts.
Okay.
Something about Shane Steichen.
Lions or Detroit? Detroit at Lions.
Lions.
Weirdly enough, the Lions.
I think the Lions are due for a win again.
Wait, you said they're playing the Broncos?
Yes.
Yeah, give me the Broncos.
I'm going to go Detroit. I'm probably wrong, but I'm going to go Detroit. Jets at Dolphins. I'm going to go Dolphins.
Jets.
Even though Zach Wilson's playing angry. I still take the Dolphins. They'll win that game.
Zach Wilson has never played better when he doesn't want to be on the football field.
Texans or Titans?
Is
Is Stroud back for that game?
Who?
Is Stroud not
CJ,
playing?
is CJ gonna play?
I don't know. He's in concussion protocol, so
If he's
I
not
would
playing,
lean towards yes. I would lean towards he will be playing.
Then I'll
if
go
he's
Texans.
playing, then Houston.
Like,
Mark,
I say Houston. I say Houston if he plays.
it's been kind of rare that somebody's come back after like 1 week in the concussion protocol. So I'm gonna go Tennessee on that one.
well, Brock Purdy was in concussion protocol entering
He's like
the league.
one of
and
4
played.
guys. He's one of 4 guys to do it.
Okay, so you're going. Who are you going?
I'll go Tennessee. This one I'll go Tennessee.
Okay, are we split?
Let me check. Let me check what they say about Stroud. One sec. Stroud.
I think even if he does play, Stroud doesn't have anybody to fucking throw the ball to anymore.
Well,
Nico got hurt. Dell's out. Like Dalton Schultz probably not going to be out there. Like he's. I mean, everybody's been getting hurt for the Texans at this point.
Ryan's confirmed that Stroud has been diagnosed with a concussion. The team is likely to take the cautious approach when its rookie quarterback, even in the midst of a heated playoff race. So Stroud seems unlikely to suit up for Sunday. Yeah, Tennessee.
Tennessee. Okay. Green Bay or Tampa Bay? I'm going Green Bay.
Go Pack, go.
It's in Lambeau, so that's the only reason I'm going to go there. Coho?
I think this is like really sneaky close. I'm gonna go Tampa.
I kind of want to go Tampa too. Like they just lost to Tommy fucking DeVito, man.
Okay, so we have an argument. Now this is the one. I'm going Green Bay. So I think it's in Lambeau. I think Baker Mayfield's played fine, but I think in that stadium, I think it's way harder for a Florida team to travel up there in the winter to play them. I just don't believe they'll be as they should have lost to Voldemort. If the most accurate kicker in the NFL was able to kick 2 balls, they lose that game, but he missed both of them.
I say
counterpoint.
Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield, even in the snow. I trust that duo better.
It's based off of the fact that at least at the NFC South, they're the team I have the most confidence in, and they're the only one I think could actually win big games. Like
I say,
if it's in Lambeau, I could be swayed to just going with the Packers.
It is in Lambeau.
I think it's pretty 50-50.
I'd say when everything else is tied, who has the best QB? And I think Jordan Love is better than Baker Mayfield at this point. I think he's playing better. Other than that, it's fucking Lambeau. That place is a shithole. Nobody plays well there except the fucking pieces.
If we're going to go Packers, I'm not going to hate it, but like it's much closer than I think you guys get credit for.
Okay, Tommy DeVito versus the Saints.
Tommy DeVito.
The mob is fixing that game. Yeah, so Giants.
I'm going to go Giants too.
All right.
They're telling Derek Carr.
I think Derek Carr is a terrible.
Sean Stellato is about to have a fucking payday and a half. Let me tell you.
Baltimore versus Carolina.
Baltimore.
Got it. Yeah.
Joe Flacco, sneaky, could be the 1 seed. Browns versus Bears. I believe it's in Cleveland. I'm going definitely Browns. Their defense at home is next level. It's gross.
The Bears.
Which one of these quarterbacks has won a Super Bowl in a blackout? I'm going to go Joe Flacco.
I don't know. Like
the Bears defense isn't ready. I'll go with the Browns. We'll just make this one.
If everybody's voting Browns, I don't care.
All right, let Kansas City over Patriots.
Or Patriots about to get their asses absolutely just
49ers over Cardinals. That's easy.
Yeah.
Rams.
Los Angeles Rams over Commanders.
Yeah.
We'll come back. Well, these all 3 games. So we'll start with the easier one, I would say. I'm going to go with the Eagles over Seahawks. I think the Eagles get bounced back.
There's no fucking way. It has to be the Eagles.
The Eagles need a win.
If they lose, then this is 3 games in a row. It's kind of like 49ers. Everybody's jumping off the ship. Everybody thinks the problem. Ravens over Jacksonville.
Yes.
Biggest pussy in the world, Trevor Lawrence, that leg injury, and then he starts running next week. Like, what a bitch. Like, I can't stand that man right now. Fabio himself. Ravens, though. Ravens or anybody else going to argue?
Ravens.
And now the hard game. I'm going to go Buffalo. I think Buffalo's going to take it.
Yeah.
I
Fucking
think it's at
Bills,
home.
baby.
So
It's
down.
grass. It's grass versus turf. Somehow they do not play well on grass, and it is weird. And it's going to be hard up in that level, and they have to win. Dallas can afford to drop this game if they.
Alternatively, Josh Allen's going to throw 3, maybe 4 interceptions on the best defense in football.
The best defense in football.
They're not the best defense in football. That's interesting.
I think.
The
They're not the
49ers
best.
exist.
They're not the best defense in football, but Dak Prescott is playing.
Sorry, Fred Warner, when he assaults someone on the field, makes the 49ers the best defense in football.
Or Chase Young or Nick Bosa or he punches security guards.
Yeah.
So we're split, right? We have to decide.
Yeah.
I can't back down on the Cowboys in this one. I just don't see the Cowboys.
I'm not backing down on the Bills.
I'm not backing down on the Bills.
The hotter team is the Cowboys. Like,
is it?
Yeah, they are. What are we doing here? Like, just
they burned everything
beat the
they
Chiefs.
had.
We just got an argument how the Chiefs don't look right, and the Bills beat them. Like, and we're gonna pray that around.
They went to Arrowhead. They did go to Arrowhead and still won.
The Cowboys spent every fucking good thing they had on last Sunday night.
Just spanked who we thought, at least for the
they
last
did,
couple weeks,
and
were the best team in the league.
They spent everything they had to get that win. They cannot do that 2 weeks in a row. That's not the Cowboys.
They don't have to do that 2 weeks in a row. They can easily beat the fucking Bills.
They won't.
Is it more interesting if we put the Bills through here if they actually do pull the upset and then the Cowboys winning and leaving the Bills out?
I don't know. I don't know. It.
Do we want to do a tie?
Fucking tie.
I don't think it's gonna be a tie, but all right.
Fucking silly, whatever.
A tie or pick one.
I think we're doing a big recency thing where all the Bills just beat the Chiefs. We have to say the Bills.
No, I'm not doing the recency at all. I'm doing the stats on the season where they have to play on grass. They're not a good grass team. I know that's
king of the NFL.
But so is Dak can turn the ball over too, or they not score. Like this is possible.
This year's Dak doesn't throw picks. I don't know what's up with him, but he's not throwing picks this year.
Tie then, Jesus.
No, we got to decide. I think the Bills winning the scenario makes it more interesting on the simulator.
I don't care about interesting. I care about rights. The Cowboys are going to kill them.
You'll get your right later when we pick games.
I would say just for the sake of moving on, even though I'm with Ko 100%, if we're split, why don't we? And if we're just not going to get anywhere, let's just kind of go with the home team. Like I'd be fine with that going forward. If
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay.
Bills.
Okay. Very next week we're going to.
By the way, why are there games on Saturday this week? It's weird.
Because it's great. Because college football's done, so they're going to take it, and I'm so freaking excited.
5 fucking games on Saturday is going to be amazing.
Oh, I can't wait. Rams over Saints.
Rams.
Yeah. They're playing good now.
Bengals at Steelers. I'm going to go Bengals.
Jake Brown and bitch.
Even though this feels like a game the Steelers can win, let's just go to Bengals.
Right. Bills over Chargers. I'm going to go Bills.
Are we going to argue this? Because it's the Bills.
There's no Herbert. There's nothing to argue about.
There's no Herbert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Texans, Browns at Texans. This is week 2.
At this point, I think Stroud's back, right?
Yeah, Stroud.
I think. Yeah.
I would still lean. I think with no weapons, I think they just proved it when they had to play a hard defense in the Jets. I think this is the same scenario. I actually think the Browns win this one. They struggle when they play real defenses, and I think this is a defense that is going to be too hard for them.
I want to look up Nico Collins. Is Nico Collins coming back at all this season, or is he done?
Is one receiver enough though?
I mean, they also their running back duo is both playing way better than they should. They can run the ball.
Yeah, but against this defense is not the same as running it against other teams.
We've seen the Browns defense get shredded at times. Like so, that's
True.
not,
True.
like I would. It's because they're at home. I think I'm going to lean Texans. I think Stroud's back in that game. There's a chance they have at least one pass catcher. Like
oh, what a fun game! Jets and Washington. Basically, who cares? Want to do a tie here?
I'll go Jets. I'll go Jets.
Jets.
Jets. Okay. Seahawks at Titans.
Rogers coming back.
Is Geno back at this?
I assume so. Well, Drew Lock didn't play terrible.
Right. But
Yeah, that was.
I still don't think they win too many games with Drew Lock. I would say if Geno's back, I'll go Seahawks.
It's Seahawks. Either way.
Okay. Colts at Voldemort. I go Colts.
Colts.
I only thought the Colts could win one game this year. Like that was possible. We talked about that at the open.
And Shane Steichen turned Uncle Rico back into God.
Green Bay at Carolina. Green Bay.
We know.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Lions at Vikings. I'm going Lions.
At US Bank, I'm taking the Vikings. There's going to be a split. The Vikings are going to. If the Packers can beat them at Lambeau, the Vikings can beat the US Bank.
After I saw the Raiders play, I have no doubt. I have no trust in any. If Nick Mullins is the quarterback moving forward, I am 100% that the Vikings lose the rest of the season. I
think at US Bank Stadium,
you scored 0 points against. You scored 3 points against the Raiders. That's unacceptable.
Minnesota can't score. Minnesota can't score. It's Detroit. Like Minnesota's done for the year.
Yeah.
Detroit?
Yes.
You're 100% wrong. Jacksonville at Tampa Bay.
Jacksonville.
Did I have that?
Who cares? Oh, the battle of who gets the higher seed. I think the Bears win this one.
The Bears.
It's at Soldier Field, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when that didn't
those birds are going to be cold. Cowboys beat Miami.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they beat Miami.
Broncos beat Patriots.
Yes.
Yep.
Chiefs beat Raiders.
Yes.
Yep.
Eagles beat Giants.
Yes.
It's at Lincoln.
Yes, but it's going to be closer than anybody expected.
It's not. I'll go Eagles. Mark, are you agreeing?
The Eagles should win this one. I think they'll stop the bleeding.
49ers, Super Bowl could be a Super Bowl match. 49ers, Ravens.
Niners.
It's fucking Christmas, and the Niners are going to be on like a 6 or 7 game winning streak, and they will be already locked for first. So, yeah, the Ravens are going to probably win this game. They'll care more about it than we will.
I mean, this is a potential Super Bowl like matchup right here. Like I feel like I don't know, the Niners probably can go.
I mean, Nazario, look right now. If you guys dropped that game, you lose the number 1 seed at that moment, at the very least. So you guys should care. I think the 49ers will care.
I'm going to go Ravens.
They may care, but I think I don't think they're gonna just keep on winning. I think they're gonna lose one more, and if they lose one more, it's gonna be this one.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Browns over Jets.
Yeah.
It's at home. Cowboys over Lions.
Yeah.
I don't know that much, man. Like
Cowboys at home on turf. We literally just had like a big ass argument over this. Come on.
I mean, whatever. I
think either way they play, they're playing on turf. To be honest, because they're playing a Ford Field. So, Ravens beat the Dolphins.
Yeah. Yes, they will.
Bills beat the Patriots.
Yes, they will.
Voldemort beats the Bears.
I go Bears.
No, Bears.
Okay.
Bears playing too good at this point. Like, yeah, I'll take the Bears now.
Colts, Raiders.
Colts.
Who gives a fuck?
We should.
Panthers, Jacksonville.
Jacksonville.
That worst.
Texans
Houston.
or
Texans.
Houston.
Okay.
Still take Houston.
Rams.
Yeah,
Rams.
I don't know, man. It's in New York.
Eagles.
Yes.
Eagles.
Bucks.
Bucks.
Is really everybody think the Bucks beat the Saints that clearly?
Yes,
Bucks at
they already
home.
beat them once.
Bucks at
They
home.
beat them once in the Saints. So
In
I
the
think they
Bucks.
beat
The
them.
Bucks. The Bucks can beat the people in their division.
Yes.
Like they're like they'll. I think they've only lost one division.
49ers destroy Sam Howell.
Yeah.
The Commanders.
They get them.
Seahawks
They get round very far.
Seahawks beat the Steelers.
I'm not sure, but
Wait, where are they at? Where are they located? They're 7-6. So
Feels like a trap game.
if they
how much are
lose,
the? What is Pittsburgh record right now? 7-6.
7-6 if they did it this way.
No, I'd
I
say,
think Steelers can drop that one.
yeah.
Just lost
Okay.
to fucking Bailey
Okay,
Zappi,
Seahawks.
man. Like, how do we have any confidence in the fucking
Seahawks, yeah.
I think they played the Ravens at the last game.
Chiefs.
I think that's what it is. Chiefs.
I'm not sure, but
I'm going Chiefs and Arrowhead.
I'd say
It's something
Chiefs,
about
but
those
I
stripes
think,
coming in there that they're not going to let them win.
Okay.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Broncos.
And I don't give a fuck. You are in US Bank and we beat them once already. And Justin will definitely be back and healthy. There's no shot the Packers fucking win in US Bank. It's not
Go Pack,
happening.
go Pack,
Sorry,
go.
Sorry, you're kidding. It's US fucking Bank, the loudest stadium
Who
in America.
cares? It's not the
That
loudest
matters.
stadium. That's
We
not,
beat the
it's not
49ers
the-
because it was at
it's-
US Bank.
it's not the loudest stadium. That's a lie.
It's not. Watch.
The Arrowhead and Seattle exist. I don't know. what
Fucking
you-
the fucking Seahawks, man. Come on.
I think we're taking the Raiders game too hard. I think the Packers suck and the Vikings are not that great. But when you're at home, I'm taking the Vikings against the
Okay,
Packers.
so
in a
we have
rivalry
two.
game.
We have two Packers. We have one Vikings. Mark, you're the decider. Or we're going with the Vikings because of the home team.
This one's really. It's really. I can't pick the fight. You guys have had like several games with like no offense. Like you can't do
Right, but
shit.
the Packers have had 17 games of no defense. They're not good. They just let DeVito put up 24. They came back.
I just want.
Mark.
Hold on. Pause. If we let the Steelers lose here, they do get a losing record for the first time ever.
Oh,
in
then
a long
switch
time.
it. Switch it back.
I just want that on the record.
Switch it back.
Yeah, because we
They
projected
can't
right
have
now
losing,
7.
so they gotta go back.
They're
Switch it back.
7-9.
Switch it back.
Switch it back then.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
not gonna happen.
They just can't have a losing.
Man, we gotta. Sorry,
Justin
man. You
Jefferson,
gotta go Packers.
Madison.
Go Pack, go.
It doesn't fucking matter. Just go Packers.
It does. There's no shot. I will put $30 on it right fucking now. They win at US Bank.
No,
That's
no,
how
no. The ball's not gonna
Hey,
get.
Nazario's a bad man.
We'll talk about it closer to the game.
Final week of the season. Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Ravens.
Are the Steelers gonna get a losing record?
They're playing.
They would be 8-9.
Then I gotta go Steelers. I can't go losing.
Like the Ravens should have beat the Steelers earlier this season if their receivers could catch fucking footballs. They already should have beaten them once.
Okay, wait. Just before we make this call, go back to the 15, 16, who the Steelers were playing, and if they lost one of those games. Yeah. I'd rather have them beat the Colts and lose to the fucking Ravens.
Yeah, I'm with
You're not
Nazario
gonna
on
beat the
that move.
Colts, like
All right, I'll switch with you. I agree with you.
because we think
Yeah.
fucking
9-8.
They finished 9-8. They
Yeah, they
finished
can't be
9-8.
negative.
Mike Tomlin could still get fired though. Like that's still on the table.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, he's
Doesn't
not
matter.
Man,
He's
the
just
man
fucking
just wants
negative.
500.
Okay. Buccaneers beats the Carolina.
Yeah.
Kitty goes meow. Kitty goes meow, baby.
Yeah, I go Bengals.
I'm thinking Browns, honestly.
Okay. I'm taking Browns too.
Ty goes home.
But we have to go with home team if that's the case. So
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
budge.
Bengals,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna budge. Let's just go Bengals.
Vikings.
Lions win against Vikings.
Lions
They're going to
win
beat
by
the
a mile.
Lions once somewhere.
I don't believe that's
The
possible.
Lions
I'm
are
sorry.
trash. They're a trash franchise. The Vikings beat them at least
Your
once every
team
year.
scored 3 points.
I don't give a shit. The Lions lose 1 to the Vikings every year. Every
Not this
year
year.
they lose 1 to the fucking Vikings.
When Kirk Cousins was the quarterback, I believe that might be true.
They lost to Case fucking Keenum 5 years ago.
Case Keenum is better than Josh Dobbs.
Case Keenum. Josh Dobbs is better
Mullins
than Case
is not better than Case
Josh
Keenum.
Dobbs
Don't
is
you
better
ever,
than Case Keenum.
sir.
Jared Hall could throw better than Case Keenum.
All right. Well, either way,
The
me and
last
Nazario are on Lions. If you two are even on the Vikings, it's going to go Lions. So, Mark.
Once again, the last 3 weeks, the Vikings have averaged 10 points a game. They can't fucking score. It doesn't matter. You got to go the Lions.
If the Vikings win out the entire final bit of this year, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
You're gonna go down swinging, are you?
I am.
You know what?
The Vikings
You know what?
will win
You
3
know
more
what?
games.
I'll take that bet. You're saying they're gonna win the next 4
No,
games.
I said they will. Hold on. 10-7 is my projected record. 10-7 is my projected record.
What is your record right now?
Right now, they're what?
Nazario smells blood.
They're 7-6. They're 7-6 right now.
I think they're going 3-1 the rest of the year.
Let me tell you
3-1.
right now. Do not. This man smells blood.
3-1. I'll give you that $50 that they're not going.
I'm
3-1.
not doing 50 with you, you fucker.
They're doing either 2-2 or 1-3. They're not doing 3-1 or
3-1.
better.
3-1.
Probably they
50
might
bucks.
go 4. Like it's.
I'm not betting you $50 for they're going 3-1.
30
because
bucks.
you know better. That's why.
No.
Because you know the truth is you
Where's
know.
your-
On the Vikings, I'm compromised,
Of
Nazario.
your words.
I can't bet on the Vikings. I'm compromised. But 3-1 is 100% what I believe.
Green Bay.
Bears.
Oh,
I'm going Bears.
I'm going Green Bay.
There's a very wait. How close does Green Bay need to win that game?
No.
Like what happens if the Bears win? There's just this. Okay.
No, they're still in.
The Bears ruined the Packers playoff hopes. Give me the fucking Bears right there.
Yeah.
No, but the Bears.
Oh, they're still
Packers are
making it?
still in.
Ah, this fucking bullshit. What the hell?
Still the Bears.
Well, no, we haven't done
I'll
every
say
other.
Bears.
We haven't done every other game. This is just the whole bottom row hasn't been solved yet, so we may knock them out.
Okay, Bears.
usually-
I still say Bears.
If the Packers need that game, I think the Bears ruin it for the Packers again. They're gonna lose the last game. And it'd be heartbreaking again.
Texans at Colts.
Stroud.
Yeah, Texans should be fine.
Yeah, sure, Texans. Sure.
I think Texans need it too to get in. So
They're gonna.
Chiefs win,
Yeah.
They need Herbert.
so they'll solidify the seconds, the 2 seed basically. So even with all the fire burning, they're still going to make it top seed.
Yeah.
And if the Ravens drop any one of those games, that's why I said how quick it is. We believe that by this metric, we believe the Chiefs will win out. So if the Ravens falter by 2 games, any of those tough games, the Chiefs can get the 1 seed, which is crazy. Broncos at Raiders. I'm going Broncos.
Yes.
Yep.
Bills, Miami. I know this is going to be contentious. I'm going Buffalo.
Buffalo.
In Miami in January, McDaniels needs it for division. I'm going McDaniels. Going Dolphins.
Miami. I think that Miami's still really good at home. Like I don't. Like I still get that, and think Tyreek Hill is probably at least closer to more fully healthy. I feel better with the Dolphins.
That goes to home.
Okay.
So kills,
They become the
that kills
3
the
seed,
Bill.
and Buffalo is out. Buffalo would be out of the playoffs at that point. Jets. I'm going to go Jets.
Yeah.
Jets.
Why not?
Baltimore or Saints.
Baltimore.
Same.
Sure.
It doesn't matter anyway.
Eagles win.
Eagles.
Yep.
Tommy DeVito in New York.
49ers versus Rams.
49ers. We don't lose to the Rams.
Yeah, Niners.
Jacksonville over Titans.
Yep.
And then
Cowboy.
So how we see the playoffs actually reading out is, which is, I think,
Just
worst
one
case
quick
scenario.
thing. One quick thing.
Okay.
Just put the Bills to see, like, they make it, and does the Dolphins still make it?
Oh yeah, they would still make it. But if this was the seeding, if they lost, so our predictions: if Miami loses, they become the 7th seed, and Buffalo becomes the 4 seed. So that game, if everything works into our math here, they will literally be able to flip from a 4 to a 7. And Buffalo, see, that's my viewpoint. I agree with you. McDaniel needs it to win. They need all these things to go in. Buffalo will have to win that game to make the playoffs. So I think Buffalo will be as united as the terrorists on 9/11 and go in and.
If it were in Buffalo, I would go Buffalo. But it's in Miami.
I don't think. Oh, so here's my thing. I don't believe the Miami home field advantage matters because clearly the Tennessee Titans literally just went in there. We're down 14, and it didn't feel loud. It wasn't voiced. Nothing mattered. There's NFL players that say, "Hey, how hard is it to play in Miami?" And they're like, "It's not hard at all." Most of our when we go, most of our fans are down there. Like, it's not a hard place to play. It's just
5-1 at home this year.
There are a lot of Latinos.
I agree. I think home field matters overall, but I think when playoffs, I don't think it matters as much.
This is the thing. There are a lot of Latinos in Florida, and for some fucking reason, Latinos love the fucking Cowboys and the Niners. So, like, I probably more fucking Cowboy.
Well, they were the most televised. They were the most televised games, so that makes sense.
There are more Cowboy fans in Florida than Dolphin fans.
So yeah, so we'll still go with this, and Buffalo does miss the playoffs. Buffalo would be 10-7 and out.
That sucks.
Which is crazy. But yeah, I think that's worst. I think that's worst case scenario because then the Chiefs would match up against Denver in the very first matchup, which would be very hard for them because they just lost. I think Miami versus Houston. I think Miami would win that game. I think Jacksonville versus Cleveland. I think Jacksonville would win. I think interesting teams that we kind of counted out. We said the Bears so based on the seeding. So if Green Bay, this is one of those scenarios, we said that the Bears ruin it. They're still a 6 seed. They play Detroit. We had them originally playing they would have played the 49ers, but so it'd be a rematch back-to-back weeks. The Rams would take on the 49ers in 49ers. But if Green Bay won that game, it wouldn't have changed anything. So win or lose, it does not matter. They're the 6th seed at that point. Dallas plays Tampa at an 8-9 record and destroys them at home. So yeah, that's interesting where it goes. We'll see how it all shakes out.
Are we like
the one? Basically, the 49ers can.
What'd you say?
Are we going to pick these playoff matchups based on what we have here, or no?
At this point, we don't even know if this is going to happen.
I know, but at this point, we went this far. Why not?
Okay, so that's fine. So Chiefs versus Broncos. Playoffs in Arrowhead. I'm just going to lean that the Chiefs figure it out.
I think the Chiefs will figure it out.
Yeah, Chiefs.
I would go Denver, man. It ain't happening, man. First round exit. If they play Denver in wild card weekend.
We did
Denver
say that.
Fucking winning that.
You know
game.
what? We did say that.
Wow! If the Broncos did drop that game, the whole playoffs Cincinnati gets in. Buffalo's still out. That's crazy. Miami and Houston. I say Miami wins.
Miami. I think that's close too. But Miami wins.
Miami.
If Houston had their full array of weapons, they'd probably win. But I'll go Miami.
Jacksonville, Cleveland.
Jacksonville.
They just played.
I believe in the Jaguars.
They just played, and it showed very clearly that Cleveland had it. I would go Jacksonville just to be contrarian. Everybody agree or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I go Stone.
It's really close.
I think it's close.
Yeah.
So what? Then the 2 seed would play.
It'd be Jacksonville would go to Baltimore, Miami would go to Kansas City.
Yeah, and then
And I think Baltimore and Kansas City both win their games.
wait.
So the
we're
3 and
all
6
four
seed
home.
would
All
go.
three
The
home.
3 and 6 seed would go right. No.
Well, we have all the home
No.
teams winning, don't we?
So the 4 seed. The 4 seed
go
would
to-
go to Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah,
and,
Jacksonville goes to Baltimore and loses. Miami goes to Kansas City and loses.
Right.
No.
So then Kansas City.
I mean, that's
Tyreek,
a Kansas City beats.
You
the
don't
fucking
think
Broncos.
Kansas City is going to have Tyreek Hill come home to Kansas City and let him beat them on their home field?
I mean, they
Fucking
already
not
beat them
happening.
this year too. They already beat them this year. So
Yeah,
I think
it's not
pretty
happening in
clear.
Arrowhead.
So the finale would be Kansas at Baltimore.
Yes, and I think Baltimore wins in Baltimore.
How fucking boring. Baltimore goes to a Super Bowl.
Yep. This seed is Dallas murders Tampa Bay. The Lions beat the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
The
Lions
49ers
I'm not sure
destroy
if
the
Lions beat the Packers,
Rams
man.
back-to-back weeks. And then
I'm not sure Lions
so
beat
the
Packers.
4
I mean,
They
the Packers have no consistency. Like that's
No.
the problem.
And the Lions
well,
and Packers have each won one, right? They're 1-1.
Yeah. So here's
Okay,
the
Detroit.
matchup again. It's not exciting at all because I believe Dallas beats Tampa Bay, Dallas in the playoffs in the Lincoln Financial. I do not think they won the second one. I think the rubber match goes to the Eagles. I don't think they allow them to get away with it again. So I
Dallas
still say the
physically-
Eagles win.
Dallas is allergic to the championship round. Philadelphia is winning.
And then I think the 49ers kill whoever they play.
They beat.
Yeah, that's the thing. I do think Dallas could just the way they're playing. I think they could beat Philadelphia. It's not gonna fucking matter though. They're gonna whoever wins
Well,
plays them.
And then the
Well,
49ers meet Baltimore.
Listen to this
in
one though.
Philadelphia.
If Green Bay beats the Lions, then Green Bay goes to Lincoln to play the Eagles, and the Cowboys go to San Francisco to
And San
lose for the
Francisco
third
beats
year in a
Dallas.
row. Yes, they will lose 3 years in a row. And then
What
the
we don't
49ers
see
have to go-
happening is the weird thing is somehow the Detroit injures Brock Purdy in the divisional game, and then they go into the link and don't have Brock Purdy for the
Here's what
second
happened.
straight year, and Nazario gets to say the same thing again.
Detroit gets their own Minneapolis miracle moment and takes San Francisco out.
San Francisco at Philadelphia. If it's in Lincoln Field, who you take?
Who?
We just saw
San
this game.
Francisco goes to Philadelphia.
San Francisco probably.
We just
It
saw
just
it.
happened. Yeah, it just
Yeah,
happened.
thank you.
And the
It was
Eagles
42-9.
If this
So
Niners
it's-
Ravens-
so it's,
Listen. Listen, if they figure out that linebackers need to cover the middle of the field and cover bubble screens, the Eagles can win. Until that happens, nope. This was a long show. We did that whole ranking. This was fun. I think that was fun. It's interesting to see where it all shakes out. I think the playoffs are going to be wild. We'll do this through playoffs. Again, I'm hoping some of us hop on a call and do a live stream during playoff weekend just to watch games together. I think it would be fun. All right, so now the next one, co-host power rankings. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? Like, I have no idea. The Eagles
Will
lost
they make
twice.
sense? Will they make sense? What do you think?
No.
No.
they've been getting a little bit better over the course.
The
of
man
season.
believes that the Vikings are going to go 3-1.
Yes.
I mean, the last couple power rankings have not reflected that, so we'll see what happens unless this
Okay.
one does.
Here we go.
Oh, look at that! Wow. Okay, spoke too soon.
I think the correct top 2 teams. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I still think there's a split between I think 3 and 4 are fair for the Eagles, and I
Right now.
I think I flipped 3 and 4. What? Sure.
I don't think it matters. I think they both had the rubber match. One got they just exposed them basically. But I just think the Eagles were due for a letdown. It happened. I think they played hard games back to back. They were not going to go perfect this season, and playing the 49ers and then getting punched by the Cowboys. When the Cowboys got to rough up, they almost lost to the Seahawks. That's a wild thing. The Seahawks almost beat them and put up that many points, and the Eagles couldn't. They need to figure some shit out. Maybe Gainwell's not your choice. Maybe just leave Swift in. Weird. I don't believe Jackson. I don't buy Jacksonville at all. I think Jacksonville is like lower than this. I think they're the same with the Dolphins. I think they're frauds. I don't think if they didn't play a weak division, I don't think they're making very much in the playoffs. I think Fabio's an okay quarterback at best. I don't trust him. The Browns at 16, I think is weird. I think they are a better team than some on this list, but I mean it's tight spot. Broncos, I don't know how much more the Broncos have to do to get some respect. Like starting out, they lost 5 of 6, and they're 7-6. Like this team is just rolled. I don't know how much more they should be top 10. They are top. If the Purple Giants weren't in the middle of the fucking map that had no deal to be there, that's where the Broncos should be. I think they're the 11th to 10th best team.
They're in the top half now. They were not for the longest time, so I'll take that as a victory.
I'll say the Bears. I think the Bears should be a couple of spots higher, but you don't respect Scully, so I get that.
No, obviously not.
I think honestly, they're entering a weird topic where they're going to have to decide if they're going to keep him or draft a quarterback, which is weird.
I told Scully this earlier tonight, man. They should just fucking trade that number 1 pick they're gonna get from Carolina to somebody who needs a quarterback. Keep Justin Fields and go for Marvin Harrison Jr.
They got DJ Moore the last time they traded number 1 pick. They can get something equally as good. Like the DJ Moore trade has worked out.
I think this draft, unlike other drafts, I think you could get a king's ransom for one. If you didn't want to move to like the 9th where they moved this year, if you just say, hey, I'm okay with out of the first round, I will keep my pick at 5 wherever I'm at, wherever I end up being, and get a king's ransom for a wide receiver. Look at what the Broncos gave up for the Seahawks. They gave a first back-to-back years, a second back-to-back years on 3 players. Like, you could get a king's ransom for just to trade out and then still get like Marvin Harrison. Even if you can get Brock Bowers, you can get like a great offensive weapon this year that you just wouldn't even think about. Cole Kmet's not a guy. Get Brock Bowers. Okay, so on to the picks. Again, we are picking the entire slate. Everybody's picking. You can double up if you'd like. Overall, if that's your cup of tea. If you after
standings.
Standings. I have dropped. My bad luck is
officially goes below me in percentage because the double betting and shit. But if you make that math there, it's like I am a bit higher, which I appreciate.
I agree. I have no qualms. I am fully okay with being the bottom of the barrel. We'll go alternating. We'll start with me. The next pick we'll end with Coho. The next pick, Coho will start and go that way. Everybody will get a stay. If you have something to talk about this game and you think there's a value to talk, go for it. No big deal. First game is up is Chargers Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders. Nazario.
I wish Justin Herbert was healthy so I could make an argument for it, but the Raiders are going to
win. Mark?
Yeah, I give the Raiders. Should be good.
Scully and friends?
Raiders.
Okay. Now we're going to go to the next game. I'm just going with what I see on my screen. I don't know if it's accurate. Vikings at Bengals.
Saturday at 1.
Coho and friends. Scully and friends.
Where are we wasting time, man? Just do it.
I said Bengals.
Who are you picking?
I already said Bengals. I said Bengals twice now.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I did not hear you.
I think there is a muffle.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was being a bitch. Mark.
Fucking hate this. Wait, did everybody go? Everybody pick Bengals?
Not
No,
yet.
you're going second.
Oh, okay.
You can switch at the end for double if you like.
I'm leaning. I don't know why I fucking picked. I'm gonna go with the Vikings. Fuck it. I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Okay.
Kitty goes meow.
Okay. You're going Bengals?
Yes.
I am going Bengals. Now, here's the weird thing. Since Mark is okay, we'll do this. Since you haven't switched anything, you were just the contrarian that picked the opposite. Want to lock this in for double points?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, mark of the times 2.
What's wrong with it? Jesus.
Listen, let me tell you. If I would have thought 3-4 people on this call, and the one was going to pick the Vikings, Mark was the last one. Because didn't everybody just see the predictor that we did this entire way of Mark going, they can't score, they can't score, they can't score, we're not going to win. And then first game, give me a Colts at Steelers. I'm going Colts. Oh no, this is the one they need to win to get a positive record, right?
Yeah.
They don't.
I'm still going Colts. Colts.
They're playing every game like they need the positive record.
Nazario.
Steelers. I believe in Mike Tomlin's 500.
I'm switching the order just to let you know because it's better for how I have it written. Scully and friends.
We're gonna go with the
Steelers. Mark.
Give me the Colts.
Okay. Split decision.
Mark. Broncos at Lions.
Give me the Broncos.
Okay. Scully and friends.
Lions.
Nazario.
Lions are due a W. Lions.
Oh, God. I'm going to go Broncos. It doesn't matter. I'm in the dumb basement anymore. Tommy DeVito versus the Saints. I'm going to go the Giants. I don't know. Fuck. Nazario.
Fucking what are we doing? Baltimore and the Panthers?
What?
Which game are we doing?
Tommy DeVito and the Saints versus the Saints.
Tommy DeVito.
Okay.
I believe in the mob.
Scully and friends.
Yeah, I'll go Giants.
Mark.
Yeah. They'll fix this one last game, and then Giants probably lose out.
Okay. Bears at Browns. Mark.
Give me the Browns.
Scully and friends.
Yeah, in the name of Scully, we'll go Bears.
Oh, okay. Nazario.
This has been rattling around my head since we did the.
You're the Bears whisperer.
Yes, I was not convinced when you guys picked the Browns, and I just let it go. I kind of let it go. I'm going Bears. I think the Bears are going to win this. I think Scully's not far off. I think the Bears are going to be 9-8.
What are you saying, Colo?
Me and Barr called the Bears beating the Lions last week.
No.
I spent the whole episode.
Listen. You don't just join the show 2 episodes and be called the Bear Whisperer. Nazario has been doing this when Tyler Badgett, or whatever his name was the quarterback, and winning games. So
I'm just saying, Nazario didn't agree.
Congratulations.
And I picked the Bears. Over
Congratulations, you picked one game. I'm proud of you. I'm very
the
proud.
big
of you.
one that you were like, you're an idiot. It doesn't matter if they're at Soldier Field.
What do you want? You want a cookie? I'm proud of you. You still think the Vikings are going to be 3-1? Shut your mouth and sit there and be quiet. Voldemort and Panthers. It's going to be Voldemort.
Yeah.
Nazario.
Yeah, I'm not.
Does everybody agree on this? Can I just move
Yeah,
along?
you can just move on. I think.
Panthers aren't going to win a game and win another game this season. So yeah.
Okay, cool. Bucks versus Packers. Mark.
Give me the Bucks.
Scully and Friends.
Give me the Bucks.
Nazario.
Go Pack, go.
Packers. Okay. Jets and Dolphins. I'm going to go Dolphins.
I don't know why you guys are so sure about that, but
Nazario, because I don't trust Zach Wilson.
Is it because they won 70-20 last time? Was it that? No, what the Broncos was the one they did.
That was the Broncos. Look how far they've fallen and where they've come. Who do you got? Put your money where your mouth is. Put the Jets and times it by 2. Let's go, buddy.
I'm thinking about it, but yeah, you know what? Fuck yeah, it's December. It is December. The fucking Miami.
You did say they won't win another game this month of December.
Yes, it is December, so the Jets are gonna win.
Are you timesing my? Mark.
I think somebody's mom is going to distract Zach Wilson. He's going to play pretty poorly, so give me the Dolphins to win that one. So.
Scully and Friends.
Dolphins.
Nazario, are you timesing that by 2?
I mean, I already am ahead of you, so I don't really have much to lose. So yeah, fuck it, 2. It's gonna be embarrassing for the Dolphins, though.
It will be very. I can do this for everybody. I believe Chiefs over Patriots. Or are we anybody different?
Yes. Chiefs over Patriots.
Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Texans at Titans.
No CJ, no W.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Titans.
Titans.
Everybody go Titans?
Yeah.
I'm the least confident with this one, but I would still go with the Titans.
Okay. I think they put okay, I can do this for everybody too. 49ers over Cardinals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or who believes it's gonna pull out? Okay. LA and LA Rams over Commanders?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Ron Rivera, we do not trust. So yeah.
Fair.
Nobody trusts.
Cowboys Bills. I know this is already split. Me and Nazario on Bills.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Give me them boys.
I wish we could. I wish this was a Sunday night game. We would definitely could stream this game. I think that would be hilarious. And watch it be over in the first quarter. We're like, me and Nazario were like, what the fuck were you thinking? Ravens Jaguars. We'll start with Mark.
Yeah, I don't see how we can have any confidence in the Jaguars. It's the Ravens.
Scully and Friends.
Ravens.
Nazario.
Yeah, fucking birds.
I wish I could put the Jaguars down, but I don't trust them at all. So the last game of the night, Eagles at Seahawks. Does anybody think the Seahawks win?
I mean, probably Pete Carroll.
Fair. Everybody agree?
Yep.
Yep.
Think. Yep.
Okay, so the last thing we got to do tonight before we go, the Eliminator. Oh, shocker to everybody. Everybody is out except Mark and Nazario.
Boom.
So proud of you guys yet again. This is the longest streak ever. I had the Packers. We all know how that went. Coho had the Texans. They lost. And he literally looked at Barr and said, I don't need your help on this one. And I don't know what Barr was going to give you, but Barr was right, which is funny. So, Nazario, you can't pick the Giants, the Chargers, or the Saints. Mark, you can't pick the Titans, the Colts, or the Bengals. I loved your math last week. It worked out perfectly. I wonder if your math is going to come into play this week. We'll find out. Nazario, who's your pick?
I always like to put my money where my mouth is. So, Bills, baby. Let's roll with the Bills.
Okay, so Mark, you may be the winner of this. We'll find out. Are you going to put your money where your mouth is and put the Cowboys? We'll have a guaranteed winner.
As satisfying as that would be, I just find this too funny. Like, listen, I picked the Bengals last week. You know who they're playing? The Vikings.
Oh.
Give me the Vikings.
Oh my God.
I'd be so happy if the game I think we drop is the one we win.
You think this is the game you drop?
I think we drop to the Bengals and then win.
You sweep the Lions.
I still think we can. I think
$30 right now.
I
on the
can't
table.
put money. I'm in debt.
Oh,
We are all in debt. What the fuck?
Just bet him that fan, and you just ship him the fan.
ship the fan to him if you lose.
Yeah, the fan's yours if you want it.
Okay, so we decided where the playoffs seed. We'll be back next week. I don't know how this will shake out. A lot of games on the line this time. Not a lot of difference on some of them, but they should still shake out where we're at. Okay, see you next week.
Bye, bitches.